And we're live once again on the twitch.tv/Xisuma, playing on the Empire. Oh god, there's too much zoom. Too much zoom. Too much, I say, too much. Bananas in chat from Taubar, Bear, Hero Blender, and Curls of Doom. Thank you so much for the bananas. Lets me know that we are indeed live and alive. We need a couple of shulker boxes. We need a couple of shulker boxes for what we're going to do today. There's a lot of stuff going on, sort of all over the place, building-wise, and we'll get to that later on. Right now, though, I just want to head into the Nether and do something simple. I had this idea on my ideas list, where I was like, that's a nice, simple thing I could do. So we're going to do that. And it requires me grabbing some materials, first of all. Gonna grab myself some tea. Be right back, says Talbot. I got a hot cup of mint tea right here with some coconut milk. Those two go together nice. Let's do this. Right, so what I want is probably just two of each. Two of each colour. As you can see, we've got more of some than others, because we let a whole bunch despawn, right? I wonder if those things need refreshing. Chat, this is your opportunity to tell me later on that I should check and see if this stuff needs refreshing. By refreshing, I mean the shears. Wow, I think I did a terrible job of explaining what I was thinking then. Maybe one of the worst ever. Did we get blue in there? We got blue in there. We got purple. Magenta. Actually, now I think about it, I'm probably going to need like a lot more than two of each, but we'll start with two of each on hand. Yeah, I'm probably going to be coming like back over here again and again. "69 viewers," says Captain Tippy. Yep, it has refreshed at 69. Giggle, hee hee, ha ha, ho ho, hee hee. Gonna go get myself a coffee and breakfast and hope the stream goes well, says B wasn't found. Cool, enjoy your coffee and breakfast, my dude. Oh! There was someone in front of me, just for a second. I was startled. Where am I going? This way. In fact, speaking of knowing I'm going to need more than 2 stacks, right? Speaking of that, there's 2 basically I could do straight away. Yeah, I could do with 2 colours. There we go. The storage room looks good, says Bubble Stark. Yeah, it looks awesome, doesn't it? Cup did a great job on it. We've now got this like down here area that's slowly developing into something. I came after seeing the YouTube video, says Blood White Demon. Welcome aboard. Okay. Bunch of kitty cats to greet me, I see. So, here as you can see, there are some sort of incomplete paths to various places. And I noticed that there was one here, right, that sort of doesn't actually go to where it says. And there's 2 places over here this could go to. You see, I brought orange. Maybe I should pick a different colour. Yeah, it's over here, look, orange again, right? Orange and yellow. Maybe we'll mix those 2 colours and red too. And then there's that portal over there. So that's the one I was thinking we could use grey for. Which, on the roof of the Nether, is probably going to be a pretty awful choice. Or we could go for, like, lime for emeralds. There's already lime here, though. And there's moss. So yeah, here's what I'm thinking. Like, the signage here could be a little better. And maybe we could have, like, a... I was thinking of having a board that sort of tells you what's what. Anyway, maybe we could do, like, a blend. So, around here... What direction are we going in? Honestly, that feels like a pretty solid diagonal. Let's just do 2 blocks like this. So yeah, our little gift that we could bring to some of the Empire's people, I thought was some more complete carpet paths because, well, they're incomplete. We do a better job signposting them or something like that. I think in my head I had this idea of having a key where everything could be color coded, but that would limit you to like 16 plus moss. Okay, now onto this. By the way, new music today, Torchlight 2 soundtrack by Matt Ullman. I'm a huge fan of the Diablo soundtrack, and I found out that they did this and that they put it online for free as well. So I downloaded that, enjoyed it, and now I want to enjoy it while I stream too. Hey, we got our first noise in the ear. It's SaturnBot gifting a sub to Dorian Bones. Thank you for gifting the sub, my dude. We also got a new Patreon, Altagos. Thank you, Altagos, if you happen to be watching. Appreciate your support over on Patreon. Yeah, Dorian Bones, be sure to say thanks in chat. We always appreciate a good old gifted sub here and there. Goodness me, we had over 100 last time, which was absolutely bonkers. Literal bonkers. Yeah, it looks like I made a pretty good call with the old 1-2 here. Hi all, listening to X playing Minecraft always calms my mental health, says Monarchs fan. Good to hear it. Can you place snow slabs in the Nether? Yeah, that might be like another one you could put down, right? I guess you could use slabs as well as carpets. There are no rules. So if we imagine where this one would continue going, it's kind of on par. 1-2, 1-2. Then it would be the corner block there. So we'll just keep going. Whoops. With our lovely, neat diagonal until it is no longer needed. How do slimes spawn in swamps? I believe they spawn at nighttime and it's based on the moon cycle. There is the Minecraft wiki if ever you want to read and learn about these things. And there you go. Hey, J14OJ, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate your support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. X, I've enjoyed your videos lately. Great job. Thank you, thank you. I've enjoyed making them. I always do. Man, this is some serious clicking action right here. Ugh. Whose portal are you hooking up now? Gems and the raid farm. Those are the two we're doing. Anyway, 4 stacks of wool to do a portal that's like a one that's a fair ways out. I think that's going to give us a good rule of thumb of how much wool to actually bring. Like, whose is this one here, though? Like, that person needs to be hooked up too, right? This is where y'all can help me, because some of you, I imagine, are Empire's viewers, primarily. Or maybe you watch both. But if you know what's happening, y'all can help make this even more amazing, right? So, as we get back here, we need to think. So there really isn't 16, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like, you could really easily have a 16, like 16 wall color coding. And if we think about it, there are less than 16 peeps on this server, right? Now, I don't know about coming in and being like, alright, here's the new system or whatever. So it can be more of like a proposed thing. Like, there's orange here. So how do you deal with that? I don't know if whoever's this is going to be like, oh, X came in and changed my color. Is it even necessary to do all of that? I don't know, but if we put down a board that sort of says there are 16 colours available, it might give some of the members some hints in the future to be like, oh yeah, we can colour code this, right? I want to come back and grab some blocks. The wall is Scott's Chromia, apparently. Ah, yes. But who is Scott? Am I supposed to say it's Scott or use their name or something? Like, it's confusing. Ramblin' PJ, thank you for 31 months. Tier 3 subscription right there. Appreciate you, my dude. And Baitan Daniil's here for 21 with the hearts in chat. Appreciate it ever so much, Baitan Daniil. S Major, Scott/S Major. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. I might need a reminder in a bit. Just because me memory ain't all that. Wow, there's a lot of spruce. See, I feel like some spruce, a wood. Some spruce-related things will go down well. False jump scare. Yeah, does that mean it's not a jump scare? I'm confused. The one that annoys me is the hermit portals path that don't go to the middle. It doesn't really, does it? We'll amend that. So this space over here seems a little bit barren, right? See, I did the end portal one, by the way. And I was chuffed with myself because I was standing over the portal and I was like, I reckon it's about 8 to 1. So I counted like 8, 1, 8, 1. And it couldn't have been more perfect to arrive right at the very center, right? Oh yeah, I guess that stops you opening them too. Are we going to be able to remember the new, like, color wheel? Let's put that. Yeah, okay. And then they end up in here. Pink, magenta, purple, blue. Those ones are next, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what comes after Lou? Oh, Lou. Hello. Actually, is it? I think it might be I'm. Well, it certainly ends in Round and Edwall. Okay, so Round Wall, Edwall. Pretty sure that's how it ends. Then Range, Elo, and I'm. There's Cyan. Oh, sorry. There's Yan and Reen in here too. I like giving things new names. I just discovered this. How about some moss? Yes, moss needs to go on there too, right? Like, there needs to be room for an expansion. Yeah, no, there's definitely something wrong with the way I've done this. Like, that's... Ah. That's the way. So, Itlu, Yan, Reen, I'm, Elo, and Range. Beautiful. This thing needs some light, right? That torch is doing a wonderful job. We need light here, that's for sure. I was kind of thinking of putting these just under here. And then maybe doing the same thing again around the sides and the top. And then using something behind it with light for a bigger structure. That seems like a decent idea, actually. Okay, crafting bench. Okay. What's this for, says Determined? It's for traversing the Nether Hub. So now at this level, I feel like... do something like this. I've totally forgotten moss, haven't I? Like, what other... Should we put snow in there too? No, we definitely need to put moss. In which case, I think I'll take care of that now. So, like, here and there, because then it will be over a little bit. Yeah, we're making all the good decisions now. I can feel it. A path full of gold pressure plates. Click, 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 click. That, now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. We've had some more noises. Had some more noises in the ear. Licky Sticky Icky's here for 38 months. Saying hello, X. Hopefully you had a great day. It's cold and rainy here. Enjoy your day and stay cool. Been rainy all day today. I was looking at the forecast. It's supposed to calm down in the evening. I thought I might go for a late night walk. And it started raining again. Raffy Warren's here for 32 months. Been a long time since I watched and started to come back to my PC. My father left this world this summer and I didn't spend much time on my computer. X, do you have any opinion on how to deal with grief? First of all, I'm sorry to hear that, my buddy. Thank you for your subscription. I hope you're starting to do a little bit better. Ryan R.D. Bloomfield is here for 9 months. Twitch baby right there. Oh, sorry, 11 months. Well, I'll give you a Twitch baby in the chat anyway. Dealing with grief. Okay, I feel like I personally haven't had a lot of, like, big and difficult things, other than perhaps my youth being somewhat traumatic in general. I feel like, you know, there are events we all know are coming our way, parents passing and whatnot, and I often wonder how I will cope with those situations. But the thing I've always liked, and I've had this idea for a long time, is that I believe that we are in the eyes of others, as in we exist through, you know, other people. It's kind of like saying, you know, if a tree falls in the forest, and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? So, like, the people we know and love are our lived memories. And I kind of feel like, you know, once you know someone, they're always a part of your life because of that. And even when they pass on, you know, they are essentially still there with you, in you. Because, you know, without someone as a witness to your life, if you like, you know, what is your life? And so, for all the people that are a part of our lives, it is the fact... excuse me, burping here because of this tea. The fact that we know them makes them a part of our, like, our life, right? Like, you exist because someone knows you exist. So when someone passes, it's like, although it can be very sad and difficult, and hard to see, let's say, like, the air quotes good side or benefit. Like, I'm not talking in terms of there being a good side or a benefit. Just that, where was it? Okay, so I got, like, this is why I'm terrible at playing games and talking, because I got distracted by the lack of dark oak. Carl says they have influenced you in some way that changed lives on you, I guess. Like, my love for gardening coming from my dad and teaching it to me. Yeah, there's that. You know, like, others influence us and give us things that we hold on to and cherish. But that's all that we ever are. We're only ever just in the eyes of someone else. And so when someone passes on, it's like, in some capacity, they never really leave because they were always just a part of our ability to experience them, essentially. All we are is memories, says Nebulous. That might just be essentially what I was trying to get at, you know, that we are memories to some extent. You can share stories about them so others can have that live on as well. It helps to know they can impact even after passing. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like figures in history that want to be remembered, and yet I kind of look at like the collective actions of humanity as bringing us to where we are today. Like all the incredible things that we have going for us in this day and age that previous generations have never had. It's all that like all that history, all that direction that we've been going in, and all that many generations and people have like worked towards building. So like wherever we go in the future, whatever we achieve, part of that is just, it's all of us. It's like our continued collective direction. This is how we'll cheese it with not quite the right blocks that I wanted. We'll just give this thing a different shape. Bell Steven, thank you for 5 gifted subs and subscribing with the Prime for 13 months. Minificus, username Isaac, Xavier the Red, G the B, Barmanji, thank you for tuning in. You've been gifted a sub. Be sure to say thanks in that chat. Appreciate you, Bell Steven. Wiggly Fox says, the impressions we leave on each other is something we take through life. The passing of one doesn't mean those impressions and memories disappear. Don't be afraid to relive them and cherish them. There is no way of coping with loss. Yeah. And then that's a good point. You don't ever really cope with loss or like get over losing someone. It's just that becomes your life now. You know, those pains will be there, and sometimes, you know, in some ways maybe they fade a little with time, but in other ways they don't, and that's just part of the human experience, really. So yeah, like you can have like quite a nihilistic interpretation of these things, like of memory, as in like, well, what happens when the person that remembers you passes on, right? But that's actually, like, that's our collective history. Like, that's our human experience. It's all of our ancestors. Like, wherever we are today, it's built upon the ideas of the people that came before us. So all these, like, if you think about how far we've progressed as a society in terms of morals and ethics and well-being and things like that, obviously, it's a rocky road with many turbulence. There's always turbulence present in the world during these times, but a historical perspective lets you see how much more compassionate humanity has become, and how much more like tolerance and looking after one another there is, and that's the memories that have been passed down, right? The better ideas that go for one generation to the next. I'm looking for the lights next. It's very difficult to multitask. I know what lights I want. I felt like I was just getting shot at, and I couldn't. Was there a skeleton there? I don't know. On the topic of losing someone, if you feel like you only remember them and cry at them being gone instead of becoming happy, you shouldn't remember them at all, because that person will want you to be happy, not sadder. I wouldn't use such strong language as to say you shouldn't. It's natural to feel sad and to cry, right? But I think all of these things are like ideas, and you can hold other ideas in the balance too. And emotions can be very strong. Even though you might know, oh, you know, it's a good thing that I remember them and that I remember all the things that they brought to the world. You can still feel sad because you're an emotional being. So by having the ideas in your mind of like remembering people in different ways, either through grieving or these ideas that I've just expressed, like, it's not that one of them is like wrong or right. It's just something that you can gravitate to that might help you. And being emotional, that might not always be the case. Right, so up there's some room for some signs now, right? So like here it's Empires. Empires? Empires. Never hub key is what I want to put on the next sign. Missing some letters. That's alright, we can add them in. Never hub key. The Empires never hub key. Definitely need to... I don't know, add a little something to that. Like, glowing. I'm thinking if we just use glowing on those two, it'll be an acceptable use of that material. So then down at this level, I actually think... Again, we might just use spruce lines. So we just established that orange goes to gem. Gemini. Gemini? Why do I think there's like a Y? Gemini. How do I feel like Gemini Tay, right? Like Tay. Someone's saying wait, is it? No, it's not. How do I get the Gemini? Oh. Gem. It's literally just that, Gemini. Gemini. Gemini is what my brain sees. Iago 4423, thank you for 2 months of support, greatly appreciated. Thank you for your subscription. So, Gemini Tay. Raid Farm. Brackets Emeralds. And these are the things that we can use the dyes on, right? Glow ink is probably still quite preferable. Yellow is End Portal, which I added the other day. Light grey is Pixel Riffs, aka Server Historian, I believe. Might be the other terminology. Pixel Riffs. By the way, if you did watch the latest episode where me and Pixel had a chat together, he left like way more of the chat in his video, which I feel like a little bit guilty about it in a way, because there's a push and pull on YouTube between your authentic self and creating or shaping, let's say, content for your audience. And so there's a part of me that's like, okay, I'm going to... Yeah, we'll take these two down and redo this. There's a part of me that could... You know, like, it's like a decision you got to make. Do I try and maximize viewership, views, and all that kind of stuff, likes, whatever? Or do I put exactly what I want in the video? And it's a balancing act. And although I really liked the discussion we had, it was kind of very talky with like not a lot going on screen. And so ultimately, I decided that I was gonna cut a fair bit of it. But the discussion that we had was really great. I just felt like my videos are not like quite cut for just straight talking. But I really enjoyed the conversation we have, because we were getting like deep into aspects of redstone and what makes it great and whatnot. I feel like this could be just a nice diagonal, actually. Anyway, like, long story short, there's more of that in Pixel's video than in mine. I slimmed what we were doing together down quite a lot. Like, I try to keep the pace of the video kind of like just going from one thing to the next. But Pixel left a lot of it in, so if you want more of that redstone conversation, totally go and check out his episode. Are they Joe's cats? These could well and truly be Joe's cats. Dang, you can't move them when they're in a scaffolding. That is like a totally new thing I've learned. Release it on another channel maybe, like a bonus. You know, if I still got the footage, maybe I could. I might. Do we have Coles and Skyfighter in chat? Maybe that's something they'd want to do. I could try and fish that out. Or I might just edit it myself. Yeah, I might just, because I got an editing team that help with stuff on the second channel and on Xisuma Says. Maybe they'd be interested in just, like, checking that out. Now that it has a name, we've got to put that name there, I think. So, Hermitopia is now on the board. So the brown wall goes somewhere, and the brown wall runs out. This is where we get to be of even more help, right? I think for the time being, I'm also going to leave these signs here, just in case someone like doesn't notice that. So Jimmy is in this direction, and I'm pretty sure this brown wall runs out. So we will put all of this in. So at this point, it kind of looks like it becomes a bit of a diagonal, yeah, and probably just like this. In fact, no, we should go to that end and build it the other direction. There we go. Ah! That's the way to do it. Then it will just line up perfectly. Hey, Lucaro! 47 months! Thank you so much for all you do, my dude. Appreciate your continued support here on the channel. Do you think the Empires will keep the open Nether Hub, or will they work on a proper Nether Hub, says Wasted UFO? I don't know. I don't know too much about the workings of the server. One thing I will say, though, is I really like the Nether Hub thing. But what I really want to do, and always like push for, but never happens, is just the straight up Season 3 style patchwork hub. Like, you build out your little space so that other stuff can connect to it, but then everything just becomes this weird mesh of like connecting areas. And the thing I really like about that is that you can work on it like straight away. Like, if that's the concept, you can get to it straight away. I've noticed in seasons when you have like, oh, we're going to do a big Nether Hub thing, then everyone holds off from doing their tunnels, and by the time the Nether Hub's there, like, people lose interest in doing that, essentially. Yeah, so the orange goes to Fwip, right? Fwip seems like a pretty chill guy who probably wouldn't mind if I changed the colour of this, this here carpet, and because these are so close, I think we can change purple too. We also need to suss out, like, whose is this portal, and then there's other stuff behind it, I noticed, right? So, like, then you have something that goes off here. So this person's portal, I mean, that's blatantly going to be pink, isn't it? Okay, that is Glimmer Grove. So Glimmer Grove can have, like, a pink path. Then you've got something here. And then this actually kind of goes to this one. I don't know how attached these peeps are to their carpets. Like, I think just tidying up this purple and orange one and adding a pink one in might be okay, but this right here, like, maybe we'll just leave that for now and let these peeps decide what they want to do. Okay, so we're gonna do, let's put some colours back and some of this wooden stuff too. What are we doing next? We shall do... Oh, did we figure out who's brown? Chat, can you tell me who brown was? Okay, we want to do pink and purple. I think I'm just going to leave this one orange and see what happens, because once they see the color coding, then they might be, oh, let's get on with that. Jimmy! Oh, there was literally a sign here, wasn't there? There was literally a sign right there. Thank you, chat. Thank you. So here we get to type in Jimmy. Oh, which is Solidarity Game. Okay. I'll put in brackets Jimmy. Orange is kind of Fwip's colour, says Duffus Talon. Well, there you go. That's some useful information. Like, if it's your favourite colour, you might be a little bit like, well, I want that one. You can always change gems as well. Okay, so now we'll do purple. Did I add any other? Oh no, whip is orange. Now we've got 2 orange. That to me kind of looks like a 2. So we'll try that. Pretty good, I think. Pretty good there. Unrelated, isn't the title meant to say Hermitcraft? It does say Hermitcraft. Or is it misspelt? If it's Hermitcraft, okay, it's just a typo. Carls, I read your message. You know, as I was speaking out loud, I was thinking it over. It's like, when I stream, it's usually pretty chaotic, so it's like really helpful for someone else to like, who watched the stream to go and edit it. Whereas when it's something that I did just recording with someone, I tend to like remember it rather well. So if I'm gonna do it, it probably just makes sense for me to just jump in. It'll probably take me like 5 minutes to edit something like that, you know. Okay, so now for the pink portal, is it actually like sort of in a straight line? It's kind of like off there. See, that to me feels like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't want to count. Because then I can't talk. See, look at that. This way, I can just go... Ah! That could have ruined everything. Does it automatically put it into the slot that you're holding? I always thought it put it in, like, the closest thing to you in your hotbar. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it went straight back in there. Looks like we're actually sort of on track. God, I absolutely love this music, by the way. I was so stoked to find this thing. When I heard about it, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I was reading comments, and they're like, this is literally the Diablo 2 soundtrack. And I was like, oh, speak to me. And it is literally the Diablo 2. I mean, it's like really interesting because it's very clear that the sound design and the instruments used are from the Diablo 2 soundtrack. But not only that, like literally some of the compositions too. Just totally the same vibes. Like, well, literally the same sort of music, right? Like, bits of it sound like, I don't know, alternate takes of some of the songs that are in Diablo 2. Now that you say that, I hear it. I knew it sounded familiar, says Maverick. Yeah, if you were listening and you've played Diablo 2, then you might have had this thing like, why is this music so familiar? Now you know. And this last bit will just let's go back a bit further. 4, 5, 6. So step out of here and then bam. Still don't like how this curves. And off you go. So with your rockets, you can just follow it in a straight line and just take like the most optimal path to get. Whose is this place? That looks like a fast transport thing, if I would have guessed. Then there's another portal back there. Catherine. Okay, Catherine is Glimmer Grove. And what's the in-game name? Oh, do you know at this point, I'm just... Everyone seems to use first names around here. Right, grab some of that. Do some of this. Get some dye. Make it nice and bright. And who is purple? Okay, Fwip is sharing a colour, unfortunately. Lizzie, okay. Lizzie's purple. Wait, am I spelling words right? Probably not. Can I even spell her name correctly? Probably not. Atrocious spelling? Just blame X. Right, so then for these ones, Sausage, Shelby, Joey and False. Is that cyan or light blue? I feel like it's definitely... Yeah, look, it's definitely cyan. Not sure who that is. So what was it? Shelby... Alright, we haven't done that yet. Sausage is lime, Joey is red. I'm questioning every single word that I type now. Let's pick up these boxes. Let's pick up that as well. We don't want anything spawning off of it. Because I think all I needed to do with these ones was just extend it a bit. Like, yeah, look. Just going to runs out. Although, I think I've done enough of this today. I've made a fair point, haven't I? Let's just fill in a few gaps, I think. Makes the most sense. At this point. Oh, and I could leave these in the nether hub as like a bit of a, you know... need more wall sort of situation. Yeah, look at that. They get to their destination just fine. If you remember in Season 7 of Hermitcraft when we did this, I went crazy laying down like a special network with like, yeah, like perfectly curved roads like that. I approve of that road, that path. That's False. Good job, False. So Shelby is next. And who is this here? Like... This person has again got a oh, we didn't add that. Ah. Okay, so we need to get moss carpets. Let's go with... I don't think I've seen anyone use blue, so I will go with blue for this next one. Smallish Beans, aka Joel. Thank you, chat. Very clear and precise instructions there. Do you know what? I was just thinking, like, this is like, you know, map art in this game. This is kind of a little bit like that. Like, imagine that the pixels like add up to something if you're looking at it up above. Like, you can have paths to places, but they don't. Like, you could cover every single block of this with something. So imagine it as being a picture from like up above. Then it's not about like color coding the road. Like at the ground level you want to be able to follow it somewhere, but like imagine all the space around it being filled in too. That could be super interesting. Right, so now we've got blue. We've got to signpost that. Make a map. Yeah, you can make a map of this. Yeah, then you can make maps. Ooh, that might go nicely as a little side project. Oh, let's get a map and experiment, right? Why not? So, if I remember correctly, y'all said that this was Smager, aka Scott. And did we have like another name to put up? Oh yeah, we had Moss. So now we need to go get Moss. Yeah, so what I was getting at is like, imagine that if you viewed all of these carpets and they filled in everything, it wasn't just like a bunch of lines running places, but it was also a picture on a map. That would be cool. SCG DG, thank you ever so much for 22 months of support, my dude. That's greatly appreciated. We got 2,100 peeps watching today. Be sure to hit that follow button over here on Twitch if you're enjoying the streams and you want to catch more of them in the future. Are maps always blank in the nether, or is it because of the nether roof? Probably because of the nether roof. Hello, donkey. Sorry. You've been trapped down there for too long, haven't you? Huh. This we can remedy. All the way. Ugh, just about. No! No! Ah! I was off by half a block. Ugh. Right, there we go. That's I don't even. I'll tell you what. I'll leave some in the box. Actually, I only needed one block. I'll leave some carpets, which I didn't need, in the box. Wow, I didn't need to come up here then. Okay, I just need the one block, so we can signpost it. And right, if we want to make a map, remind me, peeps. It's just a compass and paper, right? You don't need leather. That's an item frame. So that's like redstone and iron, essentially. See people running and hopping. Running and jumping. In circles. That's... Is Pearl actually going in circles? Actually going in circles. The circles are real. Where's the compass? There it is. Well, I'll tell you what, if they're going to be that cheap, I might as well. Now False is joining in with the running in circles. Here we go. I'll just take that. Make sure I'm not holding the free hand, because we don't want it there. Nice, nice. Let's go pop through that nether portal. Join them. I could run around in circles. I don't know if they'd notice. But they do both seem to be doing that. Oh, more kitty catties. False's colour is wrong, someone says. That's light blue. And it's definitely cyan. Okay, so moss block. What was this? Shrubby or shubby? Shelby. Oh. Okay, before we do this most curious of things next, where we map out the nether, I have to adjust my desk, because I am sick of sitting down. I might be a professional gamer, but I bloomin' hate being sat at a computer all day. It's the time to stretch my legs, right? Oof, and as some of you will predict, some of you will so intelligently predict, that now I need to go to the loo. Which is absolutely true. So, be sure to hit that follow button here on Twitch, and don't actually go anywhere. Stick around. We've got loads of time left for the stream. I'm just gonna be gone for like less than a minute. Also, check out my music, Soulside Eclipse. Do that while I'm gone. Go to Spotify, search Soulside Eclipse. Give some things a listen. Anyway, I'll be right back. Rusty the Paladin in chat says, is this the Diablo 2 music? Here's the thing. It's actually not. But it's made by the guy who made the Diablo 2 music. And it's basically alternate takes, the same instruments, the same musical ideas. It is the Torchlight 2 soundtrack, and it is actually free. Can you believe that? It is free to download if you search for it and go to the official website. There's like a blog post, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, you know, if there's one thing I ever wished for in life, it was more of the Diablo 2 music, and there it was, free for 10 years, and I didn't know about it. Randy Nicole, thank you for 91 months, incredible! Hi X, well my anniversary is almost caught up with my age. 91 years young, Randy. 91 years young. Right, so we're going to make a map. Ah, that's kind of smell, isn't it? That's proper smell, mate. That hums. Oh, it hums! Okay, so maps don't work in the Nether, it's not just a Netherroof thing. Well, that concludes this project then. Oh, look at our signage. Our signage is like... No, wait. I see. I see what to do. We need to remove that. And then we need to put text on the other thing. So, like, the Empire's Nether Hub key. Yeah, we're just going to have to redo all of them. Then at the back, we'll, like... make a chest thing. We need a chest thing. Oh look, we've already got 2 chests. So like just... Or maybe I'll put them there so you can sort of see it from the front. And you might be like, what's in the chest? And if you look into the chest, you'll find there's a whole bunch of wall colours. To aid the creation process of more of this awesomeness. Oh, this music's so good. Right, that's looking good. Hello DayX, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. Golden TST MSD 14 here for 71 months. Thank you ever so much, greatly appreciated. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Are the hermits going back to Hermitcraft, says Jaden Depp. That's, you know, that's what I ask at the beginning of Star Wars. I'm like, are they going to blow up the Death Star and will the rebels win? Tell me now! I do not want to watch this. I do not want to be entertained. Just tell me the answer. Spoil it for me, please. There's a... Oh, I thought there was an Enderman. It's just a portal. Okay, up here we go. Wait a minute. No, something's going... Something's really wrong with this width. I think I know what it is. It's because we extended it and I didn't move that one over by 1. Which now means that my marvelous chest is kind of off. So what I need to do is change... I seem to remember doing that. I seem to remember changing that at some point. Right, so now that looks right, and now this chest looks like ever so horribly wrong. So what I'll do, because I can't bear the idea of having a chest slightly off, because it's just an absolute crime to do such a thing. Oh god, of course I didn't pick it up. Right, there's the other chair. Don't tell me there. You're trapped. You're trapped under there. Right, now I can die happy and rest easy, or some combination of those words. Right, my job here is done. Look at that little thing. Oh, it's not actually done yet. We need to find a reason to add more words. The Empire's Nether Hub key. And what else do we write on those signs, right? Glowing. Oh, good point. Yeah, we need that too. Yeah, let's drop key and put boards. So like the Empire's. In fact, let's redo all of these and put them at the bottom. Nether hub. Actually, it looks a bit off when you go all the way to the bottom. The Empire's nether hub. Portal key. There you go. Perfect. Just need to put some glow ink. Glow ink. Put some glow ink on it. Oh, what was that? Gloink. Put some gloink on it. What we were meant to remind you about, X says Bear. Probably my cup of tea, which is no, there was something else at the beginning. Something to do with shears, wasn't it? Yeah, shears for the sheep farm. Well, anyway, I've got a bunch of spruce, a wood to drop off. And some birchy stuff too. And I'm just going to put some of these junky items in here for another point in time. Right, we've got our gloink. Gloink sounds a bit Scottish. Sounds a bit made up to me. Sounds a bit derp, to be honest. If derp had a language, it's a gloink. How have I got... Oh, whatever. I didn't put it back in the chest. There you go. That's just perfect right there. Walk up, little bit of zoom. The Empire's never had portal key. Well done. Job well done. Please don't shy away from being derpy sometimes, says Staker. Probably butchering that name. I mean, how can one shy away from being derpy? Derpy is just the nature of my being. Right, all looking good. Exonerated! I exonerate you, my friend. Thank you for 2 months of support. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, I don't know if we've got a chest for like light sources, but we need that. Anyway, what am I doing next? Now that that's done. Shears, I guess, for just the moment. Beyond that, I don't really have anything that urgently needs doing. Purple Gallium, thank you for 3 months. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Well, I can see that shears are popping out sort of here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, so that one, look at that. Right, one emptied, and then the next one over took over. I think it was shearing, like, both lots of sheep the entire time. So it kind of looks like just the one needs doing, but then the one next to it is doing the job. Same thing over here. So you'll probably find that they actually don't need to be replenished yet. Ah, again, something similar going on there with it. Right, can you see the similarities? If we find another one, I'll point it out. Except we're not going to find another. That one, right, so that one, yeah, hardly used, because it got used after those ones. Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone then. I'm going to leave it alone. But it does need to be manually refilled. Fury of Assassin, thank you so much for the Prime subscription. Appreciate ya, appreciate ya. This over here is our furnace array. It needs a ginormous amount of bamboo. Wow! That's, I gotta say, it's filled up a little quicker than I might have thought. Nice. Well, how many hours was that? Maybe in like a couple of days it will basically be full. That's pretty good. And someone's been smelting quartz. Wonderful. Oh, this thing has been doing its job by the looks of it. Sweet. That is great, that is great. I built this earlier today. Like the way the redstone's designed means that you put items into this chest, or you can put them straight into here, right? But you can store more in there. So it'll go across, come back, and thanks to this thing, it'll fill up enough that when it goes back out again, it'll fill all the furnaces up, and they'll continuously smelt. So it's a pretty fair and decent thing. Is that an entrance? I feel like that's an entrance. It is now. It's an entrance to levers. I love building a lot in Minecraft, and I want to inspire people, but I don't know where to start. Do you have any advice, says Bees Olive? The way to inspire people would be to share your creations, so I would say start sharing your builds with people, right? That is my recommendation. I've just noticed that these blocks on the outside here don't quite align with that structure. And that's fine. Yeah, so I guess what we're going to do next is probably just work on what you see in front of us. Let me show you. Exclusive, exclusive previews, spoilers. This is what I've come up with right here. And then when it reaches the top, it feels like, now it needs something else going on for it, right? Like, I'm not quite sure what to do with this space. Let's go grab some materials. Some of which is you. Oh, wow. Someone's dumped a load of that in. Then smooth sandstone. Maybe regular sandstone. Actually, probably just regular sand. Those three. And now I need more of that. Definitely need more of that. Anyway, this is from something that I did at the beginning of Season 9, right? Wibbly wobbly structure, says Trooper. Yeah, what this thing probably needs is just more other blocks eventually as we go around, but I'll come back to that. So, where it goes down low, it's kind of industrial over there, and then I think somewhere around here we might want to just taper off on that idea. Start to put in some of these blocks. I reckon it's sand at the top and smooth sandstone there. So, it might not look like much now, but just wait. Just you wait. Not really sure if that's the way to go or not. I struggle with jumping when I'm at the top. Yeah, it might need a few other things to really sell it. Is the problem. I also wonder if sandstone might play a role here. It's noisier, but it might help transition a little better. I think I'll actually go with that. I'm not keen on the stone, says Haley Belly. Yeah, the stone is like, it's a really nice block, but I think when you use it excessively like I've done here, it kind of loses something. But also, like, there's, on scale, it just needs more around it. I think I can almost start to see some places we can put more of this. So if we like what we're doing now, I reckon we can get stuck in with a few other ideas here. So always do the one with like the odd block too. Can't have it too perfect. That's looking okay. Then somewhere here it's like going to be the entrance, so we'll do a tiny bit more. The base should have some contrast, I feel, like all of the stone, and it blends too much. Red Brumbler, that's really good logic, really. That's it. You need contrast, right? And we haven't provided that. So, I think the area that I'm doing now, if y'all want to contribute with some suggestions, let's say what we need is a different texture that suits what we got. Like, think about the whole picture, right? Like, not just the blocks we're placing right now, but how it's going to mix with the other stuff too. Like these stone blocks. So, right, like we'll keep stone up. In fact, that thing's probably the breaker, right? That's the thing that changes from the stone blocks. I like the idea of using something really dark for that. Maybe like, oh, Peeps are saying smooth basalt. Wow, great suggestion actually. Great suggestion. I've really enjoyed this idea of just building more organically in survival lately, and having this like big excuse to do that at the moment is kind of cool, kind of fun, exciting. Now I don't see Let's ask. I actually know that there's some basalt somewhere in here. I saw it earlier. There. It's not a lot. But it's some... Again, like, polished deep slate might not half look bad there, or deep slate tiles? I like the idea of using deep slate tiles. Okay, we'll bring some of this with us too. I also want to grab some of this. Cool, and then there's a thing over here I'm going to pick up and bring with us. Okay, it looks like no one's got a reply for me. We could build a little farm in the Nether. Just can't remember how to do it off the top of my head. So I feel like we'll put the dark tower like in the corner. So like these tiles, and we're at the right spot. It would probably be smart to get a bit of a gradient on this too. Like not a crazy gradient, but I feel like that one will stick out more than this one. This will blend more. Let's maybe just grab half a stack of that. You can maybe also use some mud, but I don't know that it fits the palette. The problem is that we've used mud over here, so it kind of... Like, if you want to use, like, a structural block next to some, like, different texture where you've already used that shape, in my mind it kind of blurs thing a little bit, but maybe not. Feels like the sort of thing someone like B-Dubs would know how to, like, mix into a build. So when we get to this stage, we can probably add like extra shape around here at some point. Hey, we've got an Evil X noise in the eardrum. It's Vanhar21, 60 months. Incredible. Thank you so much, Madhu. Greatly appreciated. Looks like I missed a couple of noises. Purple Gallium for 3 months with the Amazon Prime, and Fury Assassin with the Prime as well. Peeps, if you did not know, you can use that Amazon Prime of yours to subscribe to someone on Twitch. We don't have a little Prime animation, do we? I was looking for an excuse to run an animation. Oh, have these cows been moved? They have. Someone's doing something with the villagers. Ooh. Ah, someone's moving them up here. Okay. That was supposed to be like my thing, to design a little trading hall, but man, it just hasn't come to me. Hasn't come to me at all. Dang, this song got some of those Tristram vibes, right? Oh, too good. Too good. If you've listened to that Tristram song like a million times, like I have, you listen to this and you're just like, thank you, Matt Allman. Thank you for giving us a little bit more. Oh, there's also like a cracked deep slate tile, isn't there? Dang, I could take advantage of that. That we could go put into our smelter up top. Yeah, this little bit of contrast is going to do very nicely. Hey, another noise in the air. What could it be here? It's Vamp Gator for 2 months. That feels like Slipgator's alternate ego. Vamp Gator, thank you ever so much for your 2 months of support, my dude. It's appreciated. What about Blackstone? Ooh, Blackstone would go very nice. What about the material that goes behind it, like in the space to fill the facade? That's another consideration. Hold on to that. Yeah, I need to make some more deep slate tiles then. Grab our rockets, go up top. Ah! Jeez, noises. And then we land. So if we go ahead and add in... In fact, it should just do it in one go. So I think I'm just going to do that. Lovely. And it should be empty when it comes back. Yes, that didn't get activated. Oh no, it did. Huh. Well, I should have opened it to see how many items are in. It'll probably be like, 1 or 2. It looks, I don't know, it looks to me like it perfectly distributed everything, which is what it should do. Maybe it had just like 1 item left. Dang! Dang, it did that quick, didn't it? I almost want to do that again just to like... Just to show you. You know? I could do a little test with the sand. Not that I need the glass, but if I do that... This time I just got to click on it when it comes back. Oh! How peculiar. Huh. There might be some sort of delay on this thing updating its items, because it had emptied it when it came across, but it still activated that the first time. That is some peculiar behaviour. Anyway, it works. Look, how wonderful. How wonderful. I'm wondering if we just do the same block fade again on the inside here. Also, whoever put this pen in didn't really like think about, I guess, where the building was going to take place. That's also a lot less cows. Dang. Let's do this by grabbing a few more posts. Oh, we've only got 1 left. But we've got tons of sticks. It's almost like we've got too much spruce wood. It's funny because I came down here with loads of it that I'd found, because I did some sort of like rummaging around, looking for materials, just trying to tidy stuff up. And as I was putting loads of spruce back in there, I think Pearl was also down there putting tons in, and I was thinking, dang, like we've got crazy amounts of spruce now. That's right, that's right. Your space is limited. Even more limited. Now just get out of there. Come on, look, stuff's going on over here. The happening place is over there. You know, oh, you know you want to go visit. Oh, brilliant. That gives us plenty of space, really. Cool. Yeah, so maybe I'll use the same palette on the inside here then. And then definitely... Oh yeah, we said we'd do basalt. I really feel like a mix of basalt and polished basalt on this side, right? Maybe down... Whereabouts do you want to mix them up? Just here and there, I guess. That is a reasonable contrast. I like it. Right, I need to hydrate. I need to drink some water. Some water? What are you on about? Get hydrated. Wait a minute. Is it me or is it not playing? Hang on. There we go. Maybe it played and I just didn't notice. Hey, good to see Fozzie in chat. Vampgator says, I teased on my server for the state of my cows. They're all crammed into a machine for breeding and then get killed via lava. Classic Minecraft animal cruelty. I can say I approve, as I used to be known for the old animal breeding machines of cruelty. That used to be my speciality, can you believe it? Some of you don't even remember, do you? You're like, X, what? I wasn't even born in 2012. Nah, none of you are that young, I imagine. Right, let's grab some of these materials. I mean, there's a lot of them. Oh yeah, and we got to dig away all of this. And then all of this. And then a little bit of this too, I think. I really like how this looks. It's like a bit of an industrial spread kind of thing, you know. So on this side, I started playing Minecraft back in 2011, says Epic M147. Same here, same here. Okay, before we get to the tough, we also have access to deep slate, and it's andesite, and stone and wool, which I don't have on me for some reason. Let's go get some stone and wool as well, I guess. Looks like Hermitopia might be close enough to the spawn chunks to be in the spawn chunks. It's not, I don't think. You can't even see it when you're in the spawn chunks. Ice Pick, thank you for 17 months. Love the season and just all the fresh ideas. Yeah, lots of fresh ideas for sure. It's been a lot of fun. Need some light wool. Hey X, do you have a favourite animal documentary? I really like David Attenborough's ones. I think everyone does, right? Because how industrial this place is, you can make it some pipes and stuff coming out of the building. Yeah, that's definitely what I envision at the top here. I'm just not very good at like knowing where to start with that stuff, you know. Okay then. Oh, I've sort of skipped one, haven't I? Dang it. Start again. Skip the old tough block I did. That don't work. Have a little look-see-loo? Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go. We need to put more shape and stuff at the top. Then we provide a contrast for this. I'm just thinking... Yeah, probably going to need to like replace these with... Oh yeah, I don't have them on me now. Right, so back into that box goes all of this, because that's for that bunch of building that we're doing, right? And then we pull the things out from this one. Specifically those right now. Hey, we got a couple of noises in the ear. It's Aricia here for 2 months. I probably just butchered that name. I'm pretty sure I got it wrong. But thank you for 2 months of support. The Last Pigeon 1, thank you for subscribing. Greatly appreciated. I hope you're enjoying the stream. We've got over 2,200 peeps here. Be sure to hit that follow button if you're enjoying what we're doing and having a good time and all of that. Because, you know, I stream on a regular basis, so why not be following? What's your favourite Marvel character? I don't like any of the Marvel stuff really. So if I were to pick one, I have no idea. I have no idea. I can't even think of any. Put it that way. Add some chains. Ooh, chains could go pretty well around here, but because I've already used it over there, I'm kind of thinking like maybe something a little different. Have you watched / read The Handmaid's Tale? I tried to watch a bit of that. Now, there's a movie, I think, called The Handmaid's Tale, which is really creepy. And I watched that one and then realised it wasn't The Handmaid's Tale. And I tried to watch it, but something, I don't know, something turned me off at the time to it. So I didn't really bother with that one. I started watching the new season of The Crown. And it just, I don't know, this season just doesn't have the charm. The Handmaiden versus The Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, maybe it was The Handmaiden that I saw. Because someone recommended to me that I watch it. And then when we discussed the show, I was kind of thinking, this isn't what I watched. I watched something different. What is The Crown? It's a Netflix show about the royal family. And me being a bit of a non-royal person, I like that the show reminded me that they are essentially people, right? I mean, they're human beings, and as much as I'm not really keen on a monarch and royalty, they certainly have lived very interesting lives, which the show dramatizes many historical events, which I also found really interesting because I quite the, I don't know what you say, history buff or whatever. Like, I find history fascinating, just learning about the past and seeing similarities to today and stuff. Really interesting. Totally agree with you there. This Crown isn't the same this season, says Muriel Crusette. Who else who's watching feels that way then? And Curls asks if it feels different after the Queen's passing. Not really. I'm not getting a sense of, like, it's anything to do with her death. It just, I don't know. It's something... Have we got phantoms on us? Uh-oh, they're about to die, though. It's something about the tone just doesn't, like, it feels like the stories, the way they're told, it's just not really having the sort of fascination that it had before. It feels like the events covered in the past were really quite something, and maybe they're just sort of short on material now, I don't know. Yeah, so we need contrasts, and we're certainly going to get them. I feel like we need then something here. This shape needs to be different again. I don't know. I'm wondering if the basalt really does fit, actually. Because we've got this dark split, and then we've got, like, this is like a medium tone. I think we should have maybe gone with something different here. Like, stripped spruce wood isn't quite it. Not sure. Cult genre horror is interesting, like Children of the Corn. I love horror, but I would never give Children of the Corn as an example of it. Blackstone. Yeah, I don't think dark is the right direction. Acacia logs. That's an interesting suggestion because that's kind of grey again, isn't it? Let's see what that does. Mossy cobblestone. I don't know. Come back here though and try again. Every time I see Hermitopia, it's changed so much. It's amazing to see what a group can accomplish together. Absolutely. Yeah, it's constantly changing. X loves horror. Have you tried this one game called Five Nights at Freddy's? I'm not really into horror games. I just haven't ever really sort of been, I don't know, drawn into them. I don't really like games much, so don't really have much of a reason to try horror games. But horror movies, man, I love it. But like, I've seen so many of them now. I watched a movie just the other day that was, I think it was like on a list of horror movies, but it's like a different type of horror if it is. It's called Nightingale, or The Nightingale, an Australian movie. And it's like, it's more like horrific to watch than being horror. And it doesn't really have jump scares, but it has moments that catch you off guard. Actually, you know, the reason I say jump scares is because Actually, there kind of were jump scares in it. Can I not rotate? I think you have to do it based on what... Oh wait, we've got to go higher anyway. Is it based on what block? Yeah, like that. It's placed on. Doesn't like games, play games as part of his job, but Minecraft is more creation than games, says Disturb Puppy. You see, you got it. You got it. I like creating things, and this is a place where I can create. I recently got into the old classics like Halloween and Friday the 13th, says Lion Bun. Yeah, those are the ones that I never got too much into. I think the horror that I got in was the sort of more modern, I don't know if modern's the right word even, but like a movie that will always come to mind that I think has, let's say, inspired a lot of the horror that I choose to watch would be a movie like The Ring. And a lot of that Japanese-inspired horror. Psychological horror is good too. Dang, when we get talking about it, I really wish I had like a list, or I'd like, you know, just a better mind for discussing it, because I can't pull the things out of the hat that I want to, like the names of the movies and stuff. But yeah, I like some of the more cheesiest slasher stuff, but only when they really lean into the fact that they are like that kind of cheesy slasher type thing. Now, that I think is perfectly fine, but it's just, I don't know. Everything's got to be a jumble, so we can't orchestrate a perfect build from one side to the other, so yeah. I was just thinking The Ring, says Crantree. Yeah, it's a classic. I kind of want to keep these pillars somewhere, alright? Somewhere in here they got to stay. I think I know what to do. Bring them to about there. What about the Terror series? That was a great show, yeah, the Terror. I remember that one. The grey bark doesn't quite pop, but it's better than stone. Yeah. It's I don't know, I find it quite hard to know where to go. Buildings, as I've said before with redstone, like although there's many variables, like you reach an end result where like it does this, you know? Whereas with building, it's always very up in the air. I don't know, like it can always be different no matter what you build. And so when you look at it, you're trying to judge it more through feeling than some sort of like calculated outcome, right? Also got no idea why I'm flicking through these boxes. I'm not going to find more cha-cha wood in them, am I? Oh man, the Terror was too creepy for me, no thank you. Wasn't it about, it was about the boat, right? Like, them going to the Arctic. That was amazing now I think about it. Hey, FX Zoons is here with some cheers and biddies saying when the season started, the first town hall meeting I suggested more collaborative builds, and it turns out season 9 has been the ultimate collaborative season. It's great you guys knock it out Hermitcraft style. Keep up the great work. Thank you for those cheers and biddies, my dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think doing things together more is definitely the way. I think some of the reasons we've been held back in the past is maybe just this whole idea of like, oh no, things get spoiled and whatnot, but like we're living with that. Like right now, everything gets spoiled constantly because it's so fast and dynamic, and turns out that it's not really a problem that stuff gets spoiled, right? It's actually quite interesting. I'm just wondering, this thing here should probably be like a fair bit taller, right? Maybe we should just focus on rebuilding that and let this other stuff settle for a while. Like, it doesn't have to all be done in one go. X, would you consider grouping up on a small island and completely filling it to the brim with builds like you did in Season 6? Well, I've been thinking a little bit about, like, how can we do more stuff together? You always need like a reason. You need there to be like a drive, not just oh yeah, we got cracked deep state tiles. Not just a drive that's like let's say pure Minecraft, but also like the story element of it. So when you say let's go here and do a bunch of Minecraft stuff, like there isn't really a story to that. But if you have a reason that's a story, then you can kind of move on from there, which is good. So like, if you're going to brainstorm some ideas then for doing such a thing... Oh, I've only got 6 scaffold, is that it? You really need to... you really need to have like both the Minecraft and the story narrative kind of align. So there's something that I want to do, which was to rebuild the potion brewing from Season 7 with Cub. And also I've been thinking maybe make a villager trading hall. Now, these are things that everyone's already got at a certain point in the game. But maybe the fact that we could come together and do like a mega big crazy cool build where you get like all the potions and all the villager trade stuff, like late into a season, that's not really a bad thing because yeah, peeps have already built those farms, but it's like doesn't really matter then, does it? Let's just come together and build something cool. Like, what's the story behind that? Like, what's the reason why we all converge on this idea of like, oh, new mega structure? The potion thing can be great because it gives everyone access to potions for mini games. That kind of explains itself. But that doesn't suit, like, that isn't a motive for everyone. So, you know, it needs to be a bit more than that. My brain is like trying to tell me that I'm forgetting scaffold. God. It's right there. It's right there. Because we're going to go a little bit higher this time. I'm going to rebuild this and just make it higher. Like the Civil War and Turf War, etc., those gave reasons to work together. Maybe the Moon Apocalypse stuff could have done something like this as well. Yeah. Those were more story motives. Although building the mini games, like that works for me. I mean, you got to remember, like I'm a different type of player to other players, so I am sort of trying to think more broadly for like everyone who plays, not just myself, which can be tricky. But because for me, if it's just a Minecraft thing, like that's all I need. Like, hey, let's go build a big mega smelter. I'm like, dang, that'll be fun. Let's get the redstone box out. Like, that's all I need. But that's not kind of how everyone plays, right? So, like, what is it that unites us? Scar's charity event was very uniting. Great reason to rally around, and it also did a lot of good too. So that was super interesting. Like, it doesn't always have to be something that's happening inside the Minecraft world to be your reason to go and do that. Unlock more of the world as you build, like borders open, says Terra Wolfie. Well, Minecraft historically experimented with doing the whole world border, and it went really bad. And I'm the sort of player that feels like those restrictions would be fun for a while, but because everyone's different, it's going to be very hard to replace, or sorry, to pace a restrictive style of gameplay that works for all involved. So the idea often comes up of using world border and whatnot, and it's never really that well received. That's why you work together. Some people do the roleplay, some people do the red building, some people do the redstone, says Talbar. Yeah, true. True, not everyone has to do the same. But again, that's sort of what I'm saying though, right? Is that like, those are the different elements. So what are the things that you can do that bring those people together? Like those play styles together. Because I want to make my mini game, right? Cube control. So for a lot of players, that's probably like, oh cool, we'll do the minigame thing, have some PvP or whatever. But like, I'm not sure that a lot of people are going to want to be involved in actually building that. Hey, look, it looks weird because you can see the black outline around it. Right, over on this side. I'm out of blocks. But we got some more. Right. No, not yet, not yet. Let me just do a bit more of that. Looks cool on the inside here, this bit. Okay then, so now we need to go build up, let me see, we've got deep slate tiles and then we want a few of those mingled in. Right, a little bit more scaffolding. And, oh, perfect place to drop to. I'm visiting London next week. Can X or chat recommend any places to see, any personal favourites next to the obvious touristy ones? I'd just say get online and do some research. Look for things that, you know, are suited to your tastes. I mean, God, I've been to London so many times. One tip is that a lot of the best stuff to do in London is free. Like going to some of the National Portrait Museum, places like that can be really cool. So there you go, you got one tip out of me. Go to the free art galleries, essentially. Right, yeah, that is unfortunately right below us now. It's a good thing I didn't need to build this thing any higher up, really. Is that right? That's not right, is it? X tips don't spend money, says Red Brumbler. I mean, it's kind of a great tip, really, because if there's a bunch of stuff you want to go do, and they're gonna, like, let's say, be equally satisfying, if you pick the free stuff, you either come away with more money in your pocket, or you got more money to enjoy while you're out there. Like, the point being is that there's free stuff you can do that's really good, like go to the Portrait Museum. It's amazing in there. Let's go ahead and get some of these blocks together. Maybe some slabby jabs too. Some of those. Let's just head up there and place some blocks and see what happens. If you're at all an autonomy nerd at all, the Body Worlds Museum is spectacular, I hear, says Gritter. I have been there, and oh my god, that was incredible, that place. Yes. Now, when I went there, it was somewhat of a, I think like an exhibit where, I'm not sure how temporary, air quotes, it is, but like, it might not be permanent. Dang. I don't really want to break this, because it'll make... Like, there's a bit of flexible room here, the way the track's been laid out, I think. We might be able to wiggle this about. Now I can place these blocks. Because, yeah, maybe this could just, like, come up on this side instead. Right, I'm going to put that there and come over here and change it. Ah, well that happened. There you go. But you now need extra rails. So we need to go get some extra rails, I guess. Yeah, the Bodyworks place was really incredible. I mean, if you got like maybe a bit of a weak stomach for seeing the innards of people, then maybe not. But I just found it utterly fascinating when I went. And if I remember correctly, something that really, like, I really just found a bit much was they have, I'm going to use the right term, fetuses. I was about to say embryos, not quite the right term. They had fetuses at various different stages of developed that were like, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm pretty sure this thing is all done ethically, let's say. But yeah, fetuses that didn't make it, like, preserved in jars for you to go look at the different stages, and something about seeing that just felt really off. Like, it didn't really feel quite right. Can't tell you what it is, but I've just got some like reaction, some instinctive reaction where it's like, ugh, this is uncomfortable. The Body Worlds London is closed. Oh, it's closed now. Has it moved on, or is it just closed for the time being? Raven X Monster, thank you for 16 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Appreciate it. And we also got MRNS92, 29 months right there. Incredible support. Thank you so much as always, peeps. Like, they made you worry they were obtained in a questionable way, says Red Brumbler. No, I'm pretty sure it was all above board, right? Just seeing the fetuses, like, there, like it gives you this feeling in your, you know, like the butterflies feeling in your stomach, right? Everyone's experienced that at one point or another, sort of a little bit like that. But it's like, maybe it's just like especially heartbreaking because, like, the younger someone dies, the more heartbreaking it is, right? Like, when you hear of a baby dying, it's like, it always really upsets you. So I'm just gonna logically guess it's something like that, right? Like, it makes you really uncomfortable because it's like, didn't even get a chance. Like, I don't know, like, you're seeing life at the most earliest stage, the most infinitesimal, and it didn't make it, and now you're looking at it. It was such a weird thing. We've got a lot of messages in chat. False raid! False! Thank you ever so much for the raid. Welcome all the raiders. We are on the Empires, which is what False was on a moment ago, so you know where you are. Familiar territory here. Thank you, False. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the buildings that are popping up, right? Like, how's this look, False? Am I doing it right? This bit, I don't know. But this, I feel, is like a nice contrast to that. Pressing the wrong button. Looks good. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, I am down for like proper critical feedback if you want to give it. This is a thing. Like, sometimes, what was it? I was listening to B-Dubs' B-Dubs? I was listening to Impulse's podcast, and he was just sort of saying, like, sometimes when you ask people, like, for feedback, you know, like, it can be like, oh yeah, it's good, but like, sometimes you're like, no, really, like, I want you to tell me what's terrible about it or whatever, because I'm trying to learn, right? I'm trying to grow. In the case of what we're doing here, I'm sort of happy enough with this to be like, it'll do, because we've got so much building to do. But there's a part of my brain that looks at all of this and just thinks, like, if you were going for, like, perfection, man, I could just spend so long building and trying things, and if I just spent a bit more time doing that anyway, you know. Oh, False is going to come on and maybe add stuff to it. If you want to add details, False, you are more than welcome. I was thinking of adding in some iron bars, some chains, but I've sort of already done that in the section before, so I'm a little short. Oh, dang it, I didn't make the right thing. A little short on ideas. Yeah, I mention like ambitions and stuff. I exist in this weird space where like creativity is constantly sort of in front of you and like dangled like a carrot on a stick. And so with creativity, there's all these if, buts, and maybes. I could do this, I could do that. But then sometimes you just got to stick to doing what works, right? Because you got an audience or whatever. So I'm often like wondering about like playing this game ever so differently, but you know, I kind of end up just doing my thing. So that I think is still gonna need some extra blocks, but I kind of feel like I can see where to put them now. Maybe higher up on the corners. And then maybe like that block there. Okay, let's make sure we get that right the whole way around. Sometimes I do wonder if it's like, if you just misplace the occasional block and leave it, it might just add like some subtle variation that's actually quite nice. I've noticed the way B-dubs builds sometimes, like, it's all very shapy without that like repetitive pattern. I think it was that height, yeah. Now I'm not so sure, but anyway, I'm happy to leave it like that for the time being. I think the problem is I've gone for something kind of castle-y, maybe, whereas this is supposed to be like all industrial. Maybe it would have been smarter to have this thing sort of like turn over and become a pipe or point into that. You see, you need this vision. I've just started building, right? Like, this should actually probably be a wall that connects to that now. Let's try that a little bit. I've got some ideas here. We've got time as well. Artemis806, thank you for your 8 months of support. Curls, thank you for gifting a sub to Full Symmetry. Very kind of you to do that, Curls. Thank you for all you do and supporting the channel. Could still become a pipe. Yeah, it could, but it's got that fade on it, right? And I want to keep that. That's nice. So I reckon this wall here can maybe be expanded on a little. Let's go ahead and just add, yeah, some pillars to there. We'll worry about what's below it at another time. But with that block, those ones, and these, that's our sort of palette, isn't it, really? Maybe some iron bars would look good here, actually, I reckon. And then maybe that'll inform what we want to do next, because this whole little turret that we built just doesn't really make much sense. So it is at this spot here that it comes across. And I guess I'm going to use up a bunch of cracked ones. Also put it to there. So I'm just going to rip out a bit of this, in fact maybe most of it now.
Hello?
Oh god! You've made me jump!
Well, I actually wasn't sure my microphone was working, so...
Oh, right.
It was a 50-50.
You got to watch out for the mods. I've noticed, I don't know if you've had this, but like occasionally it resets or it hides the icons or changes the setting.
Yeah, something weird goes on with it.
Yeah, something on this server, it's like cursed or whatever.
Yes, definitely. Well, we ended up here, so it's cursed in some way.
We are the curse.
We are the curse, yeah. No, but it's looking good though.
Thank you. Yeah. I certainly like it, but I don't know if you were listening to what I was saying on my stream. Like, I was sort of just stumbling into what I'm building a little bit and maybe lacking some vision. So then I was thinking like, oh, I've kind of built like a little castle turret, and we're actually doing something industrial here. So now I'm just gonna build up some iron bars in these gaps.
I don't think the castle turret is a like bad thing, because I feel like we could. I don't know. I feel like I was thinking about adding theming up top, you know, with the different farms. So I feel like if we're having all the things, you know, end up down here in the storage and whatever, why not have theming in different sections, right, as well?
Yeah.
So, like, say we sell iron, right? Iron golem in the middle of that turret, just, you know, hanging out there.
See, now you're thinking,
iron,
you're thinking with vision at this point, right?
Yeah, well, like, you know, instead of thinking, oh, that's a castle turret, you know, it doesn't really go with the theme, think, how can I make it the theme?
Ah, now I'm with you.
You
Okay,
know?
yeah.
Because I feel like you should just continue round with that and just, like, have it just as a little sticking out part.
Yeah, well, now that I've built this
I know
bit
you're making a wall, but yeah.
Yeah, now that I've built the bit on the right, it kind of feels like I might have license to extend it on the left too, so...
I don't know, I thought you were just building like a tower.
I feel like I can just follow where it's going
go
now.
With whatever your vibe is. But yeah, well, yeah. My point was that
Let's
you
say
can
we
make
just turn our attention
something.
to where we're standing right now. If you got the cam or whatever, you've looked at the bottom.
Yep.
The bottom's great. Like there's this nice fade industrial look, but then when you hit the roof, it's just kind of like this doesn't feel like anything here.
Yeah, but like you can leave that, and someone might add something to it. You know.
I'm totally down with leaving it for other people to add to it. I'm just kind of worried that like people might not want to come over here and know what to change and whatnot. So.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'll probably just add some theming. If I ever think of anything to do with the farms up top, like to add down below, I'll probably add it.
Yeah.
So like you know, like there's a tree farm, right? And like the moss, like so you could add like a little garden somewhere on here and just bring it alive a little bit.
Well, there's an
know,
idea. Like you could
stuff.
literally put, yeah, a little farming area just on the top
so
here.
like in the future, you could just get rid of some of this grey and just add moss there instead and some plants and make it overgrown.
I think what I'm doing is I'm getting hung up on like leaving it like this. You know what I mean? It's like just come back to it later.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're used to completing the full build ourselves, right? Like, and not having anyone else come along and add anything.
Yes, yeah.
But this is the opposite. People will come along and add something to it.
Absolutely. Well, you see,
So
the thing is, like, because I'm not primarily a builder, like, I'm getting stuck on these things. But I think it'd be interesting to know, like, your thought process when you build, because I've seen you like chip away at your base over the season, and I'm guessing like if something doesn't, like, you don't have the answer right now, you're just sort of like moving on and coming back to it later, I guess.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. I mean, it was like with the ice boat track, right? I knew I wanted to build one, but I didn't know what to do. But it made sense to do it for the charity thing, so I built it quickly. But what I'll do is I'll now add theming to that going forward, and improve it as the season goes on.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling like I get a little too hung up on like a negative thing where I'm like, oh, this doesn't quite look right, and I just need to like power on through, which is what I was doing here. As soon as I just put this across, it started to like feel like it had more purpose, and I know where it's gonna go. In fact, I think I'm gonna put these blocks here.
Do you want me to say something different? I feel like I was the other way around with that.
Oh really? Oh okay. That's fine. Well, here's the thing. I'm building it, and if I can get it to where
get it to where you want it.
Yeah, it serves the purpose, then that's the goal really. But yeah, like we all see builds differently and whatnot.
Okay, you said put the purpose. What is the purpose for you then?
To me, it's the shape of the structure. It's like I'm now getting more sort of variation, and it looks more like this thing was attached to that. Whereas when I just had the little castle turret, it just looks a little lonely and odd on its own. So now it feels like it's got a bit more purpose. Like it's attached to this thing, and maybe I'm going to put like some lava behind these iron bars and whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I think brings it alive, right? Like you're doing the canvas, right? And then you can add just
absolutely
dots of paint around. Did you do all of the smooth stone then around the place?
Yeah, I did, and I was actually gonna like build that palette everywhere, and it just became kind of clear like that would look bad, so I started to change a few things up.
Well, no, but like I'm talking about the more so the shapes that you've built. So I like these diagonal roofs you've got going on.
So the granite shape was inspired by your circle in the sky. I was just like, I'm gonna do it full stead, pick a shape because I need to.
That's good because it balances, right? So I was worried that people wouldn't build anything circular down below, but actually it now just like brings it in, makes it feel like one build once it's all connected. There'll be some corners and some round bits.
Yeah, so like, okay, I don't know if you can hear me as I fly away. Can you hear me?
Yeah. If we both stay down there, we can.
The problem is I can't hear you. Can we go into a group thing?
Yeah, we might have to. I thought it stayed with our little characters at the bottom.
When I use the free cam, it goes away like hearing.
Yeah.
Okay, I created a group if you want to join.
There we go.
Nice. Now I should be able to hear. So yeah, like the mob farm's definitely got the circular thing. But then there's like things coming out on all sides. But like I feel like like you want a core circle is what you're saying, like sort of going up through the middle, right?
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be everywhere, but I feel like not everything has to have corners, right? Like you could round off a corner.
Yeah.
Or well, you started building this turret, right? Like that's rounded, technically, sort of.
It is,
right?
yeah. I'm just looking at it from like a structural point of view, whereas if you imagine like the granite thing extending upwards, it'll like look like the core of the building with stuff coming up off the side. But I mean, it's also Minecraft. It doesn't need to make sense like that. So.
Yeah, well, I don't think you necessarily have to bring. I'm guessing you're not bringing that up anymore, right? Because you've got sort of other builds interacting with it.
I think it matters. It sort of depends on like what comes next. Like over on Pearl's side, like that stone block shape, like that's gonna have to like meld on top of this thing, and that means it probably won't go any higher. But maybe on the side which is the entrance, like there might be good cause for it to sort of like rise up and become a bit of a feature.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that you could do like even maybe a. No, I was going to say slanted roof, but it wouldn't make sense because it's all underneath the stuff above. But yeah, it'll automatically connect to the stuff above. When people start building out these boxes, then it'll all connect. Yeah.
And I like what I've done here, and I'm going to sort of figure out where it goes next around the corner. And
yeah. No, I mean I'm excited. I like the diagonal these little diagonal roofs over here. So
yeah, you know when you go to industrial areas, they have like those staggered slope roofs. So I was just thinking like that.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd put them in as guidelines, but I think they need to change in terms of the material.
Well, you know what I was imagining, right? Just looking at this shape, I was imagining it either like a greenhouse vibe or like solar panels.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? They're kind of like that kind of shape.
See, now you're going from like shape to feature. And that tells a better story. Like a bunch of daylight sensors kind of sell the idea of solar panels.
What does the shape remind you of, right? You've built the shape for some reason.
Like, it was industrial area roofs. They have those little slope sections. And I was just like, it can't all be flat, so I'm going to put that in there.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, yeah. But anyway, that's good. Just wanted to...
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Have a look at it in person. Cool. Well, if you need any pointers or have any, you can feel free to poke me.
I will do. I think I got it with this current build for the moment, but I'm definitely going to need some help here and there.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you so much, folks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Catch you later. Enjoy your stream.
See ya. Bye-bye. Dang it, I keep pressing all the wrong buttons. Yeah, it's clear that False has just like got such a better sense of how to like move from one idea to the next, right? The idea of like, solar panels or a garden, like I'm focusing so much on structure. It's like, what's the structure for? Ironically, like what I'm doing right now, I feel looks really good and I know where to go with it, but I couldn't tell you like what the structure was for yet, but there'll be space up top, and then if I have an idea, we'll put something on top of it. Maybe this right here could be a support strut for that, and it doesn't have to be at this point, it could be a little further in. So I know what we're going to do next. I've been trying to like suss it out while we've been chatting, and it's come to me, but it will require some more blocks first. What's the blocks? Yeah, these blocks. X, please use fog glass in the tower. It looks cool. Fog glass. I don't think we have that. Unless you mean the fog effect, which looks terrible. Unless you got Optifine, which I don't have. Didn't mention negative space, but something else to keep in mind too. Yeah, so like space that's empty, right? Because when I look at what Pearl has done here with this, I've got to try that at some point. I've got to try just straight shape with stone and do everything else later. That to me like feels like it needs a lot of space around it. So like, where does something connect to this? Because it's even got like this here. So I feel like if I were architecting this part right here, I'd probably have like a walkway that goes in front of this thing, and then you'd need some sort of like core structure built in this area to go up and hold what's above. But then like the negative space, like this is, I guess the way she's done the roofs, you can probably build up from it, but like its shape demands so much of that space around it. If I were to go and build like a wall in at this level here and cover that up, it would just be like a bit of a shame. So I think that's a great challenge though, right? Like to pull these things together. Did we have any noises in the ear while we were chatting? We didn't, that's cool. Talbot says I'm excited for the final product. Me too, like, yeah, absolutely. I am just wondering if maybe I should have offset that back by 1 block. Just trying to... Yes. No, this should have all been back 1 more block, I think. Let's give that a try as well. So obviously we've reached the 2-hour mark, but I just feel like I'm enjoying this and we'll just stick with it for a bit. So longer stream for all of y'all today. Such good texturing. Thank you. Thank you. I feel bad for Beef and XB, says Blossom. I don't feel bad for them. They had the opportunity to come here. And, you know, it wasn't for everyone to come do this. And they'll be fine. Don't worry about them. Oh, there's something above my head. I feel like I like that feel of separate builds just merged and stitched on top of old ones. We're going to get a lot of that. We're going to get a lot of that with this. I'll tell you that now. Hicks says this is Ren's second chance. Care to elaborate? I can't speak for Pixel Riffs. That was his comment, I guess. Don't really know what it means. Is Doc allowed to dupe on Empires, or has that been vetoed? I don't know, like, we're all new here. I don't know what their stance is on that stuff. Obviously on Hermitcraft we don't dupe, but it might be different here. Let's go over here. Pillar up like that. So yeah, I think it's going to look better if it breaks into that. It's sort of my thinking. Because it gives it all just a little more depth and stuff. Also, farming up this rooted dirt was hilarious. I just had a big old blob of blocks. Oh, sorry, of trees left over, and then I saw Grian chopping them down, and I was like, oh, did you need all of this? Because that's perfect. I made a right old mess. Oh, actually, maybe it doesn't go up that high. See, actually, up here, we'll probably put some of that back, right? I wonder if just putting them back here deliberately as well. I don't know why. Yeah, that actually just... Yeah, that kind of works. Just had a gut feeling that was the way to do it there. Oh, that's where my rooted dirt ended up. Okay, sorry. I'm going to put some light sources in there. Yeah, so we want these blocks to go lower. Then that stuff to go here. See, it's coming together now. Do you know what? I just had a feeling like this would be a really cool idea to do as a group. I've been thinking about how, like, what is the limitation on playing on a survival server together? It's always that massive time grind to get anything done. Wouldn't it be cool if we just, like, maybe did like a build battle type thing, or just a live stream where everyone like came together and we had like a loose idea of, oh, we're going to build some like mega structure or something. Just see what happens. Just experiment. It could be fun. People get to hang out together. Sounds like a cool idea. This is going to be the holy hall of lag, isn't it? Says Molly the Spy. Yeah, I mean, it's not lagging right now. People keep making comments about that, and I'm thinking it's not actually lagging so much right now. So, I don't think I'm actually going to build all of this right now. We'll see how far we get with it, because I just realised what I want to do, okay, is have probably another fade here. And then, yeah, we're going to go over by one. That's where the new tower bit starts. So then, listen, all in the wrong spots. Down here is where it does that. Yeah, that should line up. Yeah, it lines up with that. This also means this bit in the middle isn't quite as necessary. Yeah, people are only jokingly calling the tower the lag spike in anticipation of future frame rates. I don't know, like I haven't seen it so much like lag issues in the game. I feel like it's been, well, I say it's been really well optimized. Like it's the use of these third-party mods that have really helped stabilize performance and stuff. And I don't know, things aren't quite as much as a lag fest as they were in the past. And maybe we just haven't played in Season 7 for long enough. Sorry, Season 9, gosh. Where does it go, eh? Where's the time go? Yeah, I've still got things above my head that I can jump. So, now our little turret shape here has been sort of changed, extended. This thing being in the way is a bit of a pain, but doesn't that look like a lot better now? And then you can put something on top of it. Don't know what will go on top of it. Let's go put some iron bars from here to there. Yeah, definitely gonna have to figure out like what goes behind this. Some bricks there. Might need the same sort of treatment in this kind of area too, right? Like it comes a little bit lower. Oh, there's false. Make a little doorway there now. Doorway. Doorway to Norway. I think what I'm going to need to do is get these cows like all the way over here. I really should just grab a piece of wheat, right, and lure them into the corner. They'll come straight over here anyway, because it's like, oh, look, there's somewhere new. Oh. Ain't got no wheat. Wheat. Oh, well. Look at it, look, they all went to the new space. Ugh. Just in time. They all went to the new space. So it's this bit here. And maybe I can just start it from around there. Maybe we'll skip mud. And you know what? It's really just that and tough at this point. Okay, and then we want stone and a site, which we don't seem to have, but we've got in here. And then wall, which I also don't seem to have. Where is that one then? Because didn't I go pick up a stack of it? Dang. Use bedrock, it's very cheap. Bedrock is cheap. What are you trying to say? Wait. No, wall. I wanted wall. It's in the other shulker. Where's the other? Oh, there are two shulker boxes. Ah! Oh, well done you. Well done you. just like that. Oh, dang it, I put it in the wrong place. It's always the way, really, isn't it? Trying to do all this awkward building in awkward spaces with awkward cows. Right, let's try and do all of that again, I guess. Can't even remember how I arranged it. Okay, and the site. It's not right. Having trouble scrolling there. Right, there you go. Uh-huh. I quite like that. I quite like that. I think that little tower bit's got to go, though. This just don't feel right anymore here. And then we pick up those blocks. Right, so this one was for... I'm going to put the deep slate blocks into here. And then that one... Yeah, that was for the colour fade that we just built. So that's not a part of it. And then this one over here. And have everything else. So that'll go back in iron, that'll go in redstone, that'll go somewhere, and then our inventory won't look quite so chaotic. Nice gradient, says Wobble Bob. Thank you, thank you. I think it turned out pretty good, right? Gosh, those cows are mooing. Right, did anyone... Oh wait, did that go in there? It didn't. I do wonder, was anyone else who was online building anything? Like, I love how this thing keeps evolving. By the way, I did a little bit over here. Just a little bit down there. I think this area is probably going to need a different look too. Some of these dirt square boxes look a little fresh to me. Yeah, it hasn't changed much at all. Although that tree, I'm pretty sure, is new. But the foundations are there. They're coming along. Where am I standing? I'm down here. Gonna make a thumbnail, I think. I like those banners. Get those in there. That'll do. Toodly woo. That'll do, toodly woo. Don't know why I'm saying that. Looks great, says Blossom, thank you. Curls of Doom says, I swear every time X says dirt, I hear derp. Every time. It's because you're a derp fiend. Derp fiend. Derp fiend alert. Oh! Oh, give me that rush. Give me that hit. The sweet, sweet dopamine. It's Alpheus20. Thank you for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it, my dude. Did the emote play? I swear. Sometimes I'm pressing these buttons and the emotes aren't playing. How about that one for you? A little bit of derp coin. Did it play on the screen? Oh, it must have done then. God, it just goes by so quick by the time I look at it, it's gone. D3 Vintage Eagle. Oh god, another butchered name. I'm awful at this. Thank you for using your Amazon Prime on me. Appreciate it, my dude. Peeps, be sure to hit that follow button over here on Twitch as well. Tomorrow's Snapshot Day. I'll be covering that. Thursday or Friday will be my next stream. Don't know quite what it will be just yet, but of course, be on the lookout for the next one. Let's wrap it up right there. It's been an extra long stream, a lot of fun. Hope you've enjoyed it. We will do a raid. I want to say a massive thanks to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. Your support is appreciated. Thanks to all the mods, the patrons. Y'all are appreciated too. I'm going to send you over to Chosen Architect today. It's been a while since we've raided Chosen Architect. friend of the channel. So there you go. Anyway, that's it from me. Take care, everyone.